YouTube, it's Taylor. Welcome to episode number 7 of the Bachelorette breakdown. Right off the bat, guys, I apologize for having this episode up super late. I mean, it's not super late, but it's later than my usual time when I post this. I've been working like crazy, and this is like the only time I've had to like sit down and literally film this video. As always, if you guys have not seen the previous episodes leading up to this one, I will make sure to link those all down below. Make sure to go watch those before you continue on watching this episode so you're all caught up. But anyway, guys, let's jump into the video. So guys, it is week who knows anymore. I've lost track so many times, let's be real. But anyway, guys, the episode starts off with all of the guys kind of discussing about what had happened in last week's, or the 2 weeks ago's rose ceremony. They were kind of talking about like why JoJo kind of freaked out and wasn't quite sure who to send home, and they were kind of thinking that like possibly both of them, you know, Alex and James, were gonna get sent home together. So they were kind of just like talking about why this was happening, and you know, just kind of chit-chatting about that stuff. So while they're talking about this, Chris Harrison walks in and kind of explains what is going to be happening this week. So Chris Harrison explains this week that there will be 4 dates. There will be 3 one-on-ones and 1 group date. Chris Harrison then also goes into explaining that there will be no more roses handed out on any of the one-on-one dates. So you know how usually there are times that like if you don't get a rose on the one-on-one date, then you're gonna be sent home. Well, because now that there's such a small number of guys left on the show, they can't really give out any more roses, or else the rose ceremony would kind of be pointless. But Chris Harrison does say that there is still a rose up for grabs with regards to the group date. So when you go on the group date, there's still a possibility you could get a rose, which then would save you that week from elimination. He also then leaves the first date card on the table and then scurries off to do whatever the heck he does when he's not on the show. So before anyone opens the date card, Alex is talking about how he is the only guy left that has not had a one-on-one date yet. And so, I mean, by him saying that, you're like, wow, wonder who's gonna have the first date card today. And is probably gonna get a one-on-one, because the Bachelorette is so predictable. And of course, shocker, Alex gets a one-on-one date card. So basically, Alex gets in a car with JoJo and they start their one-on-one date. And so they're driving in a car, and then the rest of the guys are to get on a bus, because they're technically still then going on to like their next destination, which is still in like Buenos Aires, but like different location, I guess. So you know, there's like conversation going back in between like the car and the bus, and then we go back to the bus that has, I think it's Robbie, James, Luke, Jordan, and Chase. And they go back to the bus and they're like all rapping. Like they're having, and it's, let's be real, it was way too good to be like freestyle. That thing was so planned. I bet like production was like, oh, this would be funny, let's throw it in there. It was strange. So then we go back to Alex and JoJo in the car, and it's just really awkward. Nobody's talking. It's so awkward. It's so uncomfortable, and I'm like, oh, this is not good for you, Alex. This is not good for you at all. So Alex and JoJo pull up to this farm, and they find out that they're going to be like learning how to be a gaucho, which is this like cowboy farmer person in Argentina. Alex is in a full-on gaucho outfit, looks like a complete idiot. Looks like a complete idiot. It is so funny, so funny. So the two of them are out riding horses, being cheesy and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, this is kind of weird still. It's kind of uncomfortable. And then they go to this thing where they're talking about how like the gaucho and the horse have an intimate connection, or like a spiritual connection. This gaucho dude starts doing this thing with this horse, and they're having like a legit moment together. It's very strange, and it kind of made me feel uncomfortable, but it was kind of cool at the same time. So it was like uncomfortable, but it was like, wow, this is really cool that he can do this to a horse. And so then the horse was laying there, and then JoJo and Alex were like laying there with it. And then it just made like everything 500 times more uncomfortable, and I was like, Then we go back to the rest of the boys, and another date card has arrived. And shocker, who gets another one-on-one date card? Jordan. How about no? I can't stand Jordan. There's just something about him that doesn't seem right. So then we go back to like nighttime part of the date, like the second part of their date. And then Alex goes and tells JoJo that he is falling for her. And JoJo says she doesn't really feel the same way. So she decides to send Alex home. Now, when she said that, I had like mixed emotions about it. On the one hand, I was really sad and I felt really bad for Alex because you could just tell that he was just so hurt. But then on the other hand, I was really happy because if you remember a couple weeks ago, there was a little bit of a spoiler alert because they had released some footage from later on in the season where it was down to kind of like, I guess, the final two, and JoJo was holding someone's hand and there was like a tattoo or something on the part of his hand, and there was speculation that was going to be Alex. And now that Alex is gone, it's not Alex, so we don't know who that guy is, which made me super happy because I was like, if I know who one of the final two is, and obviously that guy is getting sent home, then like it's spoiled and it's gonna suck. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to know this. I don't want to know this. And now I don't know, and it's just so great. So then we move on to Jordan and JoJo's date. Now they pull up to a private jet and they find out that they're going to like go wine tasting, and how about we just put Jordan in the jet and just send him home? That's a good idea too. Like, why do we have to go wine tasting? Let's just put Jordan on the jet by himself and just bye-bye, Jordan. So the jet lands and they get to this wine vineyard and they start doing, you know, like the foot smashing of grapes. You know, the normal thing you'd think of when you go to like a wine place, whatever it's called, a wine vineyard. Is that what it's called? I don't know. But they're smashing the grapes with their feet, and then they literally take a glass and scoop the juice from the bin that they were stomping on with their bare feet and drink it. But just, no. I hate feet. I don't know about you guys, but I hate feet. The fact that they're drinking wine that they smashed with their bare feet and then they're drinking it, no thank you. Then we go back to the boys again and there's another date card. We find out it is a group date card, and the people that were going on the group date were Chase, Robbie, and James, which then obviously left Luke, which that meant he was going to be getting the last one-on-one date card of the week. We then go back to Jordan and JoJo, and let me tell you, there is just something about Jordan. I don't know what it is yet, still trying to figure it out. I don't know, but there's just something I don't like about the kid. I don't like it. Like, but the one thing is, I was like, you know what? Let's keep him for like the home visits, because I would love to see like the interaction, because you know he is Aaron Rodgers' younger brother. You know, just seeing like Aaron Rodgers on the Bachelorette and like the family interaction. But no, Jordan's got to ruin that again too, because he says he doesn't have a good relationship with his older brother Aaron Rodgers, so he won't be at the home visits. So I was like, well, screw it, just send him home now, why don't ya? No, so Jordan goes on to say that like him and Aaron don't have like a good relationship. Well, wow, I wonder why. Your older brother is the successful football player and you aren't. Wonder why you don't have a good relationship, you jealous little butt. Sorry, told you, I don't really like him. Can you tell? So then obviously, you know, Jordan and JoJo smooching away, because that's all they literally do. I can't stand Jordan. Can you tell? I can't stand him at all. But anyway, that date ends, and we move on to our group date. So originally they were supposed to have other plans for the group date, but then it was like raining and storming. So they had like a little kind of date in the hotel where they were doing like games and all this other stuff. It was kind of cute. Like, it was a chill date, and I would honestly really like that date. Like, they were just chilling in the room, eating food, not actually eating the food, because if you notice on The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, in both of those shows, they have food, but they never eat it. That's just a waste of food, let me tell you. There are children starving in Africa. Sorry, that was, I don't know what that was. But anyway, it's kind of a cute date, and I like it. I don't know, it was cute. Let's just leave it at that. So then they're like watching movies and all this other stuff, and they're playing Truth and Dare and blah 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 blah. Just, yeah, date stuff. And we find out that Robbie gets the group date rose, so he is then safe for the rest of the week, which means he will be going to hometown visits. Now that the group date is over, we move on to Luke's one-on-one date. Again, I am so in love with Luke. Like, oh my god, he's so perfect. Like, he's so perfect for JoJo. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just drop the rest of the show. Luke and JoJo go get married, have babies together, and just, it would be so perfect. Oh my god, he's so amazing. I love him to death. So again, they kind of go to a farm, and Luke and JoJo are riding horses, and it's really cute because, you know, Luke lives on a farm, and this is kind of like his thing. So they were talking about horses, and they were having like a moment, and I was like, just marry this guy. He's so perfect for you. You don't even realize it because you're so in love with that stupid Jordan kid. Ooh, JoJo. After they're done riding horses, they go over to, you know, those like shooting ones where they're like pull and then they go boom and all that kind of stuff. So they're doing that. Cute moments all over the place, and I'm just like, oh my god, just marry him. Just marry him. He's perfect. But then, you know, JoJo and Luke didn't have a second part of the date, which I found very weird. But then JoJo also decided that they were just gonna go straight into the rose ceremony right then, right there. Well, I mean, like, not right there, right then, because like the guys weren't there, and you know, Luke kind of had to go change and get dressed up, and so did she. So Luke didn't have a second part of the date, and they also did not have a cocktail party before the rose ceremony. So the rose ceremony is about to begin. JoJo walks in with another killer dress. Oh my god, girl. You can literally work anything. Jealous. Again, like I said, Robbie got the group date rose, so he is safe, but then the rest of the people that got roses were. So Luke and Jordan got a rose, and then it came down to the final rose, and that meant it was down to Chase and James. And I mean, to be honest, let's be real, Chase got the rose. I wasn't really shocked. I mean, James is such a great guy, and he's a gentleman, like definition of a gentleman. The more you saw it, I don't know, he was really uncomfortable around JoJo, and it just wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't really feel like relationship between them. But she walked him out, and just the stuff he said, it was just like, oh my god, how do you not, like, how are you not married and have kids? You're literally the perfect. Like, I would totally date you, but like, first, age difference is kind of a little too big for me, and plus, if I married you, my name would be Taylor. Not really feeling that, just saying. So that means it is down to Robbie, Jordan, Luke, and Chase, and that means next week, all of them will be going to visit their families with JoJo, which, honestly, that is my favorite part of the season. My favorite part is when they go visit their families, because there's always drama. There's something. I don't know usually what it is, but there's something. Also, let me say I'm putting my guess down to who the next Bachelor would be. As of right now, James 100% should be the next Bachelor. But then again, if JoJo decides to be stupid and not get engaged to Luke, Luke should be the next Bachelor. That is my guess. That is my prediction. Those two will either be the next Bachelor. So obviously there was a preview for next week, which are the home visits, and there's gonna be some drama. Like I said, there's always some drama when they go visit the homes. But then again, isn't it always drama central every week? So guys, that is it for this week's episode of The Bachelorette Breakdown. I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and again, I'm sorry that it got out so late this week. If you guys enjoyed this week's episode, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you are new to my channel and not yet subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. I make new videos every Sunday and Tuesday, and I'm currently working on my goal of 500 subscribers by the time my channel turns 2. Like I say every week, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know who you think is going to win this season's of The Bachelorette. If you guys are not following me on any of my social media links, such as Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, all those will be linked down below as usual, so make sure to go follow me on all of those. Also guys, PRESSPLAY Milwaukee is coming up so soon, August 13th. I'm going to be there. Make sure to come say hi. I will be vlogging, and it is going to be so much fun. I am so pumped. It is unbelievable. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of The Bachelorette Breakdown. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in this amazing world. Remember to always keep doing you, and I will see you all next Tuesday.
No.